Assalamualaikum. My name is Najwa Akira binti Rajali. My metric number is S50455. And our topic for my group is leadership. What is leadership? Leadership is the ability to influence groups toward the achievement of a vision or set of goals. But not all leaders are managers, nor are managers leaders. Just because an organization provides its managers with certain formal rights is no assurance they will lead effectively. Leaders can emerge from within a group as well as by formal appointment. Non-section leadership that means the ability to influence arise outside the formal structure of the organization is often as important but more important than formal influence. Organization needs strong leadership and strong management for optimal effectiveness. We need managers to formulate duty span, create efficient organizational structure, and oversee day-to-day operations. A comprehensive review of leadership literature, when organized around the Big Five, has found extraversion to be most important trait of leadership, effective leadership, but it is strongly related to the way leaders emerge than to their effectiveness. Three theories of leadership focus on personal qualities and characteristics. The choose for personality, social, physical, or intellectual attributes that different leaders from non-leaders go back to earlier stages of leaders' features. Sociable and dominant people are more likely to assert themselves in group situations, but leaders need to make sure they are not too assertive. One study found leaders who score very high on assertiveness were less effective than those who were more moderately high. Unlike agreeableness and emotional stability, conscientiousness and openness to experience also show strong relationship to leaders, but not quite as strong as extraversion. The trait approach does have something to offer. Leaders who like being around people and able to assert themselves, extrovert, who are disciplined and able to keep commitment they are made conscientious, and who are creative and flexible, open, do have an apparent advantage when it comes to leadership, suggesting good leaders do have key traits in common. One reason is conscientiousness and extraversion are positively related to leaders' self-efficiency, which explains the most of the variance in subordinates' ratings of leader performance. People are more likely to follow someone who is confident she is going in the right direction. Another trait that may indicate effective leadership is emotional intelligence, discussed in Chapter 4. A core component of emotional intelligence is empathy. A leader who effectively displays and manages emotions will find it easier to influence the feelings of followers by both expressing genuine sympathy and enthusiasm for good performance and by using orientation for those who fail to perform. The link between emotional intelligence and leadership effectiveness may be worth investigating in greater details. Recent research has demonstrated that people high in emotional intelligence are more likely to emerge as leaders, even after taking cognitive ability and personality into account. Based on the latest finding, we offer two conclusions. We can say that traits can predict leadership. Second, traits do a better job predicting the emergence of leaders and the appearance of leadership than actual distinguishing between effective and ineffective leaders. The fact that an individual exhibits the traits and that others consider him or her a leader does not necessarily mean the leader is successful in getting a define the parameters of leadership. That's all for me. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kayan. Today I will present about behavior theories. Behavior theories explain human behavior by analyzing the antecedents and consequences present in the individual's environment and the learned association he or she has acquired through previous experience. It promotes the value of leadership styles with an emphasis on concern of people and collaboration. For example, this theory promotes participative decision making and team development by supporting individual needs and aligning individual and group objectives. It helps managers evaluate and understand how their behavioral style as a manager affects their relationship with the team and promotes the commitment and contribution towards organizational goals. As summarized, it can help managers find the right balance between different types of leadership, help them decide how to behave as a leader depending on concerns for people and for productivity. There are two behaviors that account for most leadership behavior. One is initiating structure and the another one is the consideration. Initiating structure, also called task-oriented. Generally, it's used by top management to define leader and group member roles. In initials action, organize group activities and defines how tasks are to be accomplished by group. A leader high in initiating structure is someone who assigns group members to particular tasks, letting group members know what is expected of them to ensure them maintaining standards of performance, and emphasizes the meeting of deadlines. As summarized, the leader will make sure group members follow the rules and regulations for scheduling the work to be done. Now, we go to another behavior, consideration, also called people-oriented. This type of leader exhibits concerns for the welfare of the member rather than performance of tasks. Because of that, they're more towards interpersonal relationship, mutual trust and friendship. So, most of them will treating all members as equal and unbiased or even looking out for the personal welfare of group member. Most clearly between initiating structure and consideration is one of them more focused on the completeness of tasks and lack concern about the condition of employee, while another one is more concerned about the benefit of employee and less their stress on working. This table will clearly show the difference between two orients. In conclusion, there are no necessary for the person who has outstanding traits or behaviors can guarantee success. Traits of leadership is important. He can be responsible, openness to experience, or even creative and flexible. But if one person cannot have this attitude, it's difficult to be a good leader. However, leader who can certain traits and appropriate strict for work and consider for all members' benefit without overstated is more effective. Thank you.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurhida Yunus Johar and my batch number is S50454. Today I would like to present about the contingency theory. Firstly, Fidler contingency model. Fidler contingency theory states that your effectiveness as a leader is determined by how well your leadership style matches your situation. It isn't the only contingency theory. Contingent theory is actually a construct theory. It says that there is no one single best leadership style. They generally say that the best leadership style will be contingent with the situation you find yourself in. It's important to realize that if you look at the theory, your leadership style is fixed. You cannot change your style to fit the situation. Instead, you must put leadership into situations that match their style. Okay. Now, to use this model, there is two important factors, which are your leadership style and the situation favorableness. So, firstly, leadership style. Your natural leadership style can be determined using a scale called the least preferred coworker (LPC). To score yourself in this scale, you have to describe the coworker with who you least prefer to work. Okay, as a result, if you have a high LPC, that means you are a relationship-oriented leader, and if you have a low LPC, that means that you are a task-oriented leader. Secondly, situational favorableness, determined by how much control over the situation you have as a leader. So basically, there are three factors to determine situational favorableness. So firstly, leader-member relation. This factor measures how much your team trusts you. The greater trust will increase the favorableness of the situation, and less trust will reduce it. So for a second, task structure. This factor measures the tasks that need to be performed. Are they clear and precise, or are they vague? Now, vague tasks will decrease the situational favorableness, and concrete tasks will increase the situational favorableness. So, for the last, position power. Position power is determined by your authority as a leader, meaning that the power you have to reward or punish your subordinates. The more power, increase the situational favorableness. Okay, now let's take a look how to use this model. There are three steps to use this model. First step is identify your leadership. To identify your leadership, you can use the least preferred coworker scale. As you can see here, you can score the person, how you feel about the person, using the scale. So, as an example, you can read, if you think someone is unpleasant, you can read 8 to 7, and if you think that someone is quite unpleasant, you can rate them 1 or maybe 3. And you will fill in all the scores and total up the number, and you will come up as a total number. So if you get the result 73 and above, that means you are a relationship-oriented leader, and if you have a score 54 and below, you are a task-oriented leader, and if you find yourself in 55 to 72, you are a mixture of both leadership style. So it's up to you to choose which one that fits the best. Okay, for the step 2, which is understand your situation. You can do this by asking this question: is trust your team high or low? Member relation, are tasks vague or clear cut and well understood? Task structure, and is your authority low or high? Position power. So basically, it's easiest to use this scale like before, 1 to 8, and 8 represents the highest and 1 obviously So for the step 3, find the right leadership style. This table is showing us what Fiedler found to be the best leadership style given different combination of situational factors. So how it's important to realize that the red line in this diagram represents task-oriented leader and the yellow line in this diagram is represent the relationship-oriented leader. In general, as you can see in this diagram, when the situation are highly favorable or highly unfavorable, task-oriented leader is the most effective. It's only on the middle area when the situational factors are mixed, but relationship-oriented leader is the most effective. So now, from the Fiedler's perspective, you would place leader in situations that are the most suited to their style. However, the more modern approach is to adopt your style according to the situation you are facing. Now, let's look at this example. New pizza restaurant manager scenario. You have been newly appointed as a manager of pizza restaurant. Situational factor. Trust will be low. That's because you are new to the job and your team will trust you. Task structure is high. That's because there are extremely clear operating procedures to follow covering everything from how to make each pizza and how to welcome a customer to the restaurant. Next, position power is high. That's because you have the ability to hire, fire, reward, and punish when it's necessary. So now, according to Fiedler's strategy theory, looking at the diagram that we have looked at last slide, a relationship-oriented leader is the best suited to this role. Okay, now let's add other contingency theory. Situational leadership theory, SLT. The situational theory focuses on the characteristics of followers as the most important element of the situation and consequently of determining effective leader behavior. Hersey and Blanchard. Subordinate theory in readiness level. People low in task readiness because of little ability of training or insecurity need a different leadership style than those who are high in readiness and have good skills, ability, confidence, and willingness to work. Leader style. A leader adopts one of four styles based on combination of relationship, concept for people, and task concept for production behavior. So there are four appropriate styles depends on readiness level. Selling, participating, and delegating. Selling style. The selling style is directive approach that reflects a high concern task and low concern for people and relationships. The leader provides detailed, objective, and explicit instruction how tasks should be accomplished. Selling style. The selling style is based on a high concern for both relationship and task. The leader provides task instruction and personal support, explanation, and give followers a chance to ask questions and gain clarity about work tasks. Participating style. The participating style is characterized by high relationship and low task behavior. The leader encourages participants, consults followers, and facilitates decision making. Next, delegating style. The delegating style reflects a low concern for both tasks and relationships. This leader provides little direction or support because complete responsibility for decisions and their implementation is turned over to followers. Follower readiness. The appropriate style depends on the readiness level of followers, from the low readiness to the high level of readiness. Low readiness. When one or more followers prevailing leadership style works well when followers lack some skills and experience for the job but demonstrate confidence, ability, and willingness to learn. With a selling style, the leader gives some direction but also clarifies tasks for followers rather than merely instructing how tasks should be performed. For high readiness, a participating style can be effective when followers have the necessary education, skill, experience but might be insecure in their ability and need some encouragement from the leader. So, the leader can guide followers' development and act as resource of advice and assistance. Very high readiness. The delegating style of leadership can be effectively used when followers have very high levels of ability, experience, confidence, willingness to accept responsibility for their own task behavior. So, the leader provides a general goal and sufficient authority to do the task as follow highly educated professionals, such as lawyer, college professor, and social worker would typically fall in this category. There are followers in almost every organization demonstrate this very high level of readiness. So, in conclusion, the leader should evaluate subordinates and adopt whichever style is needed.
On path goal theory. Path goal theory focuses on the situation and leader behavior rather than on fixed traits of the leader. So, let's take a look on the path goal theory. Path goal theory of the leadership argue that subordinates are motivated by their leader. So, in other words, the leader affects subordinate performance by clarifying the behavior path that will lead to desired goal and rewards. Path goal theory also suggests that a leader maybe have in different ways in different situations. As figures show, the path goal theory identifies 4 types of leader behavior, which is directive, supportive, participative, and action-oriented with directed leadership. The leader lets subordinates know what is expected on their specific guidance and schedule what to be done and maintain their performance. The leader participation model relates the relationship, behavior, and participation in decision making. Leader behavior must be adjusted to reflect the task structure. This model relates leadership, behavior, and participation in decision making. It helps a leader to determine the extent to which the employee should participate in the decision making process. When the decision is made, the desired management style and the degree of participation of team members are influenced by 3 important factors, which is quality of decision, acceptance of decision on the part of employees, and time constraint. What is LMX? LMX is Leadership Member Exchange Model. Stresses on the importance of a rival relationship between supervisor and their subordinate. Each supervisor-subordinate pair is referred to as a vertical direct. The model differs from earlier approach in the focus on the different relationship leader often established between subordinates. These figures show the basic concept of the leader-member exchange model. In group, the model suggests that supervisor establish a special relationship with small number of trusted subordinates. Then out-group who are not a part of this group and they receive less of the supervisor time and attention. It is not clear how the leader select member of the in-group, but decision making may be based on their personal capability and subordinate competence. Studies generally found that in-group members tend to have a higher level of performance and satisfaction.
Firstly, we discuss about charismatic leadership. Some individuals are born with charismatic traits, but someone will develop after. This type of leadership more refer to the method of encourage particular behavior in order by way of encourage communication, persuasion, and force of personality. One of the advantages of charismatic leadership is they have the capacity to evoke strong emotion in their followers as well. For example, people are especially receptive to charismatic leadership when they sense a crisis, when they are under stress, or they are afraid of their life. Barack Obama is one of the great examples for charismatic leadership. He is able to turn a room full of strangers into a community rich in shared meaning and their attitudes, a vision that those in the audience quickly make their own decisions. However, charismatic leadership also has some disadvantages. For example, many leaders not necessarily are in the best of their companies. Most of them will fail or concerned to achieve personal goals due to necessity. Next, transitional leadership. This type of leader will follow rules by rules, able to keep followers motivated for the short term. The emphasis is on managing the performance of the individual and determining how well he or she performs in a structured environment. They are not looking to change the future, but they are looking to keep the same thing. So, they are effective in crisis and emergency situations. Giving reward when achieved goals, while give punishment when failed is one of the important traits of this leader. Lastly, transformational leader. Transformational leader is forward to transcend their self-interest of the goal of the organization and giving the group a can-do spirit. Leader must creative, has long visions and sense of mission, has high motivation for employee, high productivity, and lower employee stress. Companies with transformational leader have greater distribution of responsibility. Managers have more capacity to take risks, and compensation plans are greater toward long-term results. In addition, it also shows greater agreement among top managers about organizational goals. So, I already present the difference our three types of leadership. Now, I will summarize it. For the transitional leadership, it is easy to identify rule by rules because this type of leader drops a set of boundaries within the organization. For the charismatic leadership, the leader is able to attract people by individuals and not relate to the performance of job, such as maturity, listening skills, self-monitoring, and others. In the other hand, Transformational leader address others by having high expectation at work and commitment to share goals. Creativity in job, capacity to take risks always help them attract people, but not by their own charm. So that's all for me, and I will turn my presentation to another presenter. Thank you.
Hi, I am Aman Kai. My matrix number is S50423. Today I will present about alternative leadership. In alternative leadership, there are 5 characteristics for the alternative leaders. Firstly, alternative leaders have a sense of the purpose, knowing what they are about and where they are headed. Purpose manifests itself as passion. Passionate people are interested in what they are doing, are inspired and care about the work they are doing. Secondly, alternative leaders have value, knowing what they are and no compromise on those values. This quality manifests itself through the leader's behavior. Alternative leaders acting in accordance with their value. Thirdly, alternative leaders build relationships with others and have connections with their followers. They are willing to share their experience and listen to the other experience, and are communicate with their followers. The fourth dimension, alternative leaders, is a self-discipline, which given leaders focus on determination, ability to focus on a goal and more forward towards that goal even in the face of a setback. This is called consistency. Self-discipline leaders remain cool, clear, and consistent during stressful situations. Finally, alternative leaders have heart, which show in their compassion. They are sensitive to others' needs and are willing to help them. That's characteristic to make people come to have faith in them. Research indicates that alternative leaders, especially when shared among the top management team members, create a positive energized effect that highlights firm performance. Next, I will present about Annex leadership. Annex touch on the leadership and at several junctures. Leaders would treat their followers with fairness, especially by providing honest frequently and accurately information are more effective. Leaders must be willing to express their innate belief and persuade others to follow their standards. To converse their belief, leaders should learn to express their moral convictions in statements that reflect values shared with their organization members. Leaders need to set high and standards to measure them through their own behavior and encourage them reward integrity in others with avoid abuse use of the power. Efforts have been made by scholars to combine ethics and charismatic leaders into an idea of the socialism charismatic leadership. Leadership that conveys other-centered, not self-centered, valued by leaders who model ethics conduct. As I will present about servant leadership, scholars have recent consistent ethics leadership for a new angle by examining servant leadership. Because servant leadership focuses on serving the needs of the others, research have found on its upcoming for the well-being of the followers. Charity behavior including listening, empathy, percepting, accepting, servingship, and determine followers' potentials. From these three types of leadership, we have found trust from leadership. Trust is a physiological state that exists when you agree to make yourself vulnerability to another because you have a positive expectations about how things are going to turn out. Trust is a primary attribution associated with the leadership. When trust is broken, it can have serious adverse effect of a group performance. People are unlikely to have looked up to or follow someone they predicted as is honest or likely to take advantage of them. Trust, as you may explain, transformation leaders to generate high levels of the trust from their followers. Which is turn-in related to high levels of a team cohesion and ultimated high level of a team performance. Then, trust not just about the leaders. The characteristic of the followers will also influence the development of the trust. What key characteristic leads us to believe a leader is trustworthy? Based on the picture, they show three characteristics: integrity, values, and ability. Integrity refers to the honor. Trustfulness is sensed the most critical of the three in assessing another trustworthiness. Values means the trusted person has your interest at heart, even you are not necessarily in line with theirs. Ability encompasses an individual's technical and interpersonal knowledge and skills. That's all for me. I will pass the next presenter. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rajana Fatiha binti Raja Asari. My metric number is S50452. Okay, I think before this, my friend already tell you guys what is the meaning of trust. Now we will move to trust as a process. Okay, trust propensity. Trust propensity refers to how likely a particular employee to trust a leader. Okay, trust may be built on a very different perception from culture to culture. Trust propensity is closely linked to personality trait agreeableness, and people with low self-esteem tend to less likely to trust others. Time is the final component in building trust. We did not trust people immediately. Okay, we come to trust people when we observing their behavior over a period of time. Okay, trust can also be won in the ability domain simply by demonstrating competence. Okay, to build trust is a process. You as a leader just doing what you are saying and listening to your people and all the good things. It's just like you do all the positive things to your employee to believe in you, and in the end they will trust you. This process takes a lot of time, but to break a trust that people give to you, you can do it today. In an instant, the trust can be broke, but to build it takes a lot of time. For example, leader who break the psychological contract with the worker or demonstrating that they are not trustworthy, later they will find that their employee is less satisfied and committed. Their employee also has higher intention to turn over, and also their performance is low. What are the consequences of trust? Okay, the trust between supervisor and employee has a number of advantages. The first one is trust encourages taking risks. Whenever employee decide to divide from the usual way or doing things with to take their supervisor work on a new direction, it means that they are taking a risk. And in both cases, a trusting relationship can facilitate That's lead. Okay, the second one is trust facilitate information sharing. One big reason why the employee fail to share the concern onward because they don't feel psychological safe to reveal their view. So, if the employee give an idea to the worker that they will give a fair hearing and makes a change, okay, this will make the employee feel safe to share their concern and expressing their emotion. Okay, the third one is trusting group are more effective. If a leader set a trusting tone in their group, the group member will willing to help each other and they will put extra effort, which is can increase trust. But if the member of the group mistrusting, they tend to suspicious with each member in the group. They will constantly guard against exploitation and that will make restrict in their communication. This kind of thing can undermine and eventually destroy that group. The last one is trust enhance productivity. The bottom line interest of the company appear to be positively influenced by the trust. If the worker trusts the supervisor, they will achieve the high level performance rating than the people who did not trust their supervisor. They will respond to conceal the information and start to persuade their own interests. Now, we will move to mentoring. Mentor. A mentor refers to a senior employee who support or sponsor less experienced employee who is called protege. A successful mentor is a good teacher. Okay. The relationship between mentor and protege serve both career function and psychosocial function. Okay, there is 6 items in career function. The first one is the mentor lobbying to get the protege challenging and visible assignment. The second one is the mentor coaching the protege to help develop his or her skill and to achieve work objective. The third one is the mentor providing exposure to influence individual within the organization. Next, mentor protecting the protege from possible risk to his or her reputation. Mentor also sponsoring the protege by nominating him or her to potential advance or promotion. And the last one is mentor acting as a sounding board for ideas the protege might be hesitant to share with the direct supervisor. Okay, now we will move to psychological function. Okay, there is 4 items in psychological function. The first one is counseling the protege to boost his or her self-confidence. And the second one is the mentor sharing personal experience with the protege. And the third one is mentor providing friendship and acceptance. And the last one is mentor acting as a role model to the protege. Okay, mentoring relationship between mentor and protege brings benefit to both of them. Okay, a recent study in the Korean found that mentor achieve higher level of transformational leadership ability as a result from this process. Okay, while organizational commitment and well-being also increase for both mentor and protege. Okay, challenging to the leadership construct. Okay, implication for manager. As a manager, to get a maximum leadership effectiveness, you have to ensure that your preference on the initiating structure and consideration dimension was matched with your work dynamic and your organization culture. Okay, the second one is you have to hire a candidate who exhibit transformational leadership qualities and who has demonstrated a success in working toward order to meet a long-term vision. A personality test can reveal candidate higher in extraversion, conciseness, and openness, which may indicate to leadership readiness. Okay, the third one is, as a manager, you have to hire a candidate who you believe are ethical and trustworthy for a manager role, and train current manager in your organization with the ethical standard to increase the leadership effectiveness. The next one is you have to seek to develop a trusting relationship with your follower. Because when your company become less stable and less predictable, a strong bond of trust can repressing bureaucratic role in defining expectation and relationship. Okay, the last one is as a manager, to find a good leader, you have to consider investing in leadership training such as formal course, workshop, rotating job responsibilities, coaching, and mentoring. That's all from me.